30 seconds. Ten, nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Shirley.
Oh, I was waiting for one. I would like to call the July 10th regular meeting of the Moraine City Council to order at 6 o'clock. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Allen.
Here.
Mr. Miller.
Here.
Mr. Doherty.
Here.
Ms. Marcus.
Here.
Mr. Burchett.
Here.
Mrs. Witt.
Here.
Mayor Murphy.
I'll make a motion that we recuse Mayor Murphy tonight from this meeting.
Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Doherty.
Yes.
Ms. Marcus.
Yes.
Mr. Burchett.
Yes.
Mrs. Witt.
Yes.
Mrs. Allen.
Yes.
Now, would y'all rise to say the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of minutes. Council has copies of the June 26, 2025 regular council meeting. Does anyone have any changes or corrections? Hearing none, the minutes are accepted. I will now call the public hearing R-01-2025 zoning district change of 2705 Lehigh Place from R4 to B1 zoning at 602. Do we have anyone here that's going to be given testimony for or against? If so, come forward and the oath of office will be, or the oath will be administered.
That would include city staff as well.
Nick.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? If you do, say, I do. Thank you.
So who wants to come first, opponents or proponents?
Staff report.
Staff report, okay. City planner Nick Cerisi will present the report.
Good evening, City Council. Just for record, again, Nick Cerise, City Planner for the City of Moraine. Presenting the public hearing for the zoning district change of R4 to B1 regarding the 2705 Lehigh Place, also known as City Lot Number 5191. This public hearing is a formality of the Moraine Codified Ordinances, Chapter 1127. A 30-day public notice was placed in the Dayton Daily News, public televisions within city buildings, and on the website, all on May 30th, 2025. I've only received one email regarding today's public hearing, and I'm going to read that in my report as Mr. Jim Stubley of 2426 Orange Avenue asked me to on his behalf, as he's not able to make it here tonight. The letter reads, Mr. Cerise, my name is Jim Stubley. I live at 2426 Orange Avenue. I saw the notice for a rezone application for the above address with the proposed of a Wawa being built at 2705 Lehigh. The only concern I have with this is there is a toddler park right across the street from where the store/gas station will want to build. Is the city looking at this issue with more vehicle foot traffic so close to this park? I'm just stating my concerns regarding the location I'm just stating my concerns regarding the location. I work nights, so I cannot attend the meeting on the 10th, so I thought I could at least email you. Have a good day, Jim Stubley. I did not receive any other emails or phone calls regarding the public hearing other than that one. A public planning commission meeting was held on May 20th, 2025 regarding R-01-2025, in which all 5 planning commission members voted yes for the recommendation of this zoning district change from an R4 to a B1. This application for a zoning district change came to the Community Development Department on April 29th, 2025, from Jeffrey R. Anderson Real Estate Incorporated. The Jeffrey R. Anderson Real Estate Incorporated Group is proposing the zoning district change in order for a lot combination to occur in the future, to combine with the parcel that the vacant Frisch's property now sits on, which is 4830 South Dixie Drive, for the development of a Wawa store that specializes in prepared food and beverage sales that also sells gas. Now, this public hearing's focus is solely on the rezoning of 2705 Lehigh Place to a B1 district. In your packets, there is a plat map showing the rezoning boundaries. I was going to wait until after our zoning district applicant, Casey Abney of Jeffrey R. Anderson Real Estate presents, as they are why we are holding this public hearing tonight, for a Q&A to take place from City Council that can be questioned directly to any one of us. So I will introduce Mr. Casey Abney of Jeffrey R. Anderson Real Estate up to give his presentation. We will go from there. After the presentations and Q&A from City Council, we can go into a proponent and opponent section of the public hearing for anyone in the audience to speak on behalf of the rezoning on 2705 Lehigh Place. Thank you.
Good evening, council members, staff, and members of the public. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is Casey Abney, as Nick mentioned. I work for Jeffrey R. Anderson Real Estate, and I'm here requesting the rezoning of a 0.45 acre parcel at 2705 Lehigh Place to build a new Wawa convenience store, restaurant, and gas station. The project site currently consists of the Lehigh parcel, but then also the larger Frisch's parcel. They are together surrounded by 5 public roads and currently have 6 access points. Wawa's use is already permitted on the larger Frisch's parcel, but because of its irregular shape, I'll pull the plan up so you can see. Because of the irregular shape, placing the building there as a by right use would kind of compromise both the functionality and the aesthetics of the Wawa project. By rezoning the smaller parcel to B1 to match the larger parcel, the Frisch's parcel, we can then properly place the Wawa prototype on the site in a way that's attractive, efficient, and better serves its customers. Since we met with Planning Commission, significant changes have been made to the site plan. As you can see on the screen, it's kind of hard to see, but I can point it out. Along Lehigh, Pensacola, and Manistee, we are proposing sidewalk upgrades for pedestrian circulation. Right now, the sidewalks along Lehigh and Pensacola specifically are not up to the current city code, and then Manistee does not have any pedestrian sidewalks today. As I said, we've prepared updates. Those included the sidewalk upgrades. We've made a landscape plan in preparation for this meeting, which we can go into detail if you need, and then we also have calculated lighting plan improvements. Just in short, this rezoning would allow us to deliver a better project, one that fits the site, enhances the streetscape, incorporates public input, and meets Wawa standards without forcing a suboptimal design onto an oddly shaped parcel. Thank you for your time and consideration. Right now, I'm going to call Patrick Ornament up so he can talk you through the look, the purpose, and the offerings a Wawa provides.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Patrick Warnament. I work for Wawa. Our corporate address is 260 West Baltimore Pike, Wawa, Pennsylvania, 19063. So what you see there is what our prototype looks like, kind of an aerial view. Building's largely brick, glass, and has some hardy board on the side as well. We invest about $7.5 million roughly in each of our projects, so much more than a typical convenience store might invest. There's a lot of kitchen equipment, nicer building materials, a lot of different things there. You can kind of see something of a street view of what it looks like when you're out on the road. Where we are today on the next slide, the company's based in suburban Philadelphia, and then kind of got its start there in New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, the Mid-Atlantic states. They basically skipped down to Florida and built, that number's actually about 300 now, stores in Florida, and now we're kind of going back up Georgia, Alabama and such. But Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, and Tennessee are kind of our part of the world out here with growing the company. You can see there that 45,000 is actually probably 50,000 people. We got about 1,100 stores right now, and are obviously growing rapidly. So this kind of shows the volume of what we do every day, how many sandwiches we sell, how many cups of coffee, all those different things, just to kind of give you a scale of, you know, what our company's like, and that the food component of our business is actually very serious. So, and the history of the company, the Wood family out in Philadelphia started this company in the early 1800s as an iron foundry in New Jersey. So, you get from there to modern convenience store. There's a lot of things that happen in between, but largely, they built a dairy. One of the Wood family members got into dairy farming, built a dairy. The dairy's still there and supplies our Mid-Atlantic stores with dairy products. So that kind of covered the early 1900s. And then in the 1960s, home deliveries of milk disappeared largely around the country, and we started building small grocery stores basically to keep the dairy in business. So for 35 years or so, they were basically little grocery stores, and then in the 1990s, we started selling fuel. So the food history and component of the business is very real and a very big part of the business. So we do also have a community foundation that donates a lot of money to charity every year. That 135 million is really probably 160 million in the last 10 years. You know, big national partners, Red Cross, USO, folks like that, but it gets very local. I mean, you can put in an application with our foundation for the high school marching band, for example. I mean, it can get that local. So, you know, Free Store Food Bank in Cincinnati, for example, places like that. So, lots and lots of charitable giving. We are an ESOP, so the Wood family still owns part of the company, and the rest of it's owned by the employees. So, the folks that work there really do take ownership of it and can build a good life in retirement for themselves. Lost my train of thought. But it's a very good thing. So in the convenience store industry in the United States, employees typically been there less than a year. At our company, it's 7+ years, and I think that has a lot to do with it. They can actually, you'll have health insurance, get promoted, have stock in the company, all the things you want. So, and they keep the place clean. I mean, they really do treat it like it's theirs, and you know, it's a really good thing. And I think that's part of what makes our company special. Is, you know, you go in there and it's well taken care of. We don't franchise, so every one of these stores is owned and operated by us. So we've got a lot of incentive to make sure they're in good shape. So there's the food and beverage part of is huge. You know, we've got all the specialized coffee drinks, milkshakes, energy type drinks. So lots of made to order type stuff. We got, you know, a little do your own coffee too, but for the specialized stuff, it's made to order. And here's some pictures of the food. You know, made to order sandwiches, salads, soups, all kinds of different things. We do have a small section of pre-made things, but largely it's you go touch a screen, customize what you want. It prints you a little ticket, you pay, they call your number, and simple as that. Other than that, I think I should mention that we are the largest Tesla charging partner in the United States. So we have a couple other EV charging groups that we work with now, but we've got more Tesla charging stations at our stores than anybody else in the whole country. So I think 200 and some odd out of our 1,100 stores have actual units installed, but we set up every store for them, and they come back here later with their own application. So we're not asking you for anything regarding that. We're just telling you about it. So. But I'm certainly happy to answer any questions about the company. I mean, we love the site. There are, you know, challenges. There's overhead electric. There's sewer going through it, you know, which obviously collectively we're going to figure all that out. And there's practically no landscaping out there today, so I think this is going to look a lot better with a lot of new landscaping, sidewalks, and all that. So, but absolutely happy to answer anything you got.
How many seats will be in the building?
We don't have seating.
Oh, you don't have any
No.
in city?
Nope.
Thank you.
Sure. Oh, and I should have mentioned that every store creates about 40 jobs, so I don't think I mentioned that with the investment there, but it's about 40 jobs. It's good. It's fun. We've got a couple open in Ohio now, and I mean, our grand openings are a lot of fun. We have a hoagie building contest between policemen and firemen and all that stuff, so it's fun, for sure.
How many pumping stations will you have?
We've got 8 double-sided here.
That's 16?
Yes.
Well, is there a chance you'll be adding more?
No. Well, I don't think we have any room.
What about the food? Is it prepared ahead of time or is it prepared as it's ordered?
As it's ordered. So you can do it on your phone, or you can go in there and punch it into the screen, it gives you a little ticket and so on, so, yeah, it's easy, quick, but
they
it
do-
is good.
But they do have some already prepared if you want to just go in and grab it.
Yeah, like in the morning, you can get a little breakfast sandwich, it's already made, whatever, but, I mean, by and large, people are going there for the made-to-order stuff. But it's not just a crummy little thing of pizza spinning around in circles for days or weeks, nothing like that.
Are you gonna have a drive-up window?
We do it, we call it a fly-through, it's kind of like what Chipotle does now, where you can't make an order there, you can't exchange money there, it's literally just, you've already made an order on your phone, it tells you be here at 7:12 PM, you pull up at 7:12 PM, they hand it to you and you go. There's no menu boards, no squawk box, and nothing like that. So we call it fly-through, Chipotle calls it the Chipotle lane, so everybody's got their own little term for it.
Was there any consideration, at the last meeting they brought up about any flexibility in the tanker truck delivering the gas there and maybe in not prime time part of the day? Is there any flexibility there or not?
We don't have a lot of control over that. If we did, certainly we'd, be glad to work with you on that. But I mean, it's not 4 in the morning, it's, probably 7 AM to 7 PM, I guess. But it's not the wee hours of the night. But we can't pinpoint them to be there at 1:30 in the afternoon or, anything like that, unfortunately.
In terms of actual semi-movements in and out of the site, we have ran the analysis on it. As Patrick said earlier, they have close to 1,300 stores. It wouldn't be successful if they couldn't get semis in and out, and that analysis has been run, and this store passes the test there, so.
Is it safe to assume that without the additional parcel being zoned, that Wawa would not be capable of being in that location?
We wouldn't fit. Our typical sites are about 2 acres. And we've gotten it down to maybe 1.8-ish if it's a really perfect rectangle with no, and we don't have that here, so.
How many acres did you say this is?
This is 1.7 total.
So it isn't quite 2.
Right. So it's tight for us, but it works, so.
What made you show an interest in Moraine?
We're really focused on Cincinnati and Dayton and the I-75 corridor, and, this intersection, I think you all know, is very busy, so that's good for us.
How'd you
And-
find that location?
Yeah, well, we have development partners like Casey here who are, we don't do this all ourselves because we don't have enough people to do it all ourselves, to be honest about it. So we have development partners who we do ground leases with, and they, do all the hard part of finding sites, dealing with all the, power lines going through the middle of it and stuff, and deliver us a pad that we have specifications for, and then we take it over and we build the building, the canopy, the tanks, the dumpster enclosure, all that stuff, and then we have a long-term ground lease with Casey and pay him a bunch of money.
To specifically answer your question on how we found the site, as you may see if you drive past it, the Frisch's actually has a for sale, or I think just for lease sign on it. So we reached out to that broker. The smaller property that we're trying to rezone now is not technically for sale. I reached out to Mr. Brand, who's the owner of the property, and explained to him our intent of the project, and he let us put it under contract for purchase.
So you won't be able to sell alcoholic beverages now, can you? Is that something you do?
Yes, we do.
But you're not at this location?
Yes.
You will be?
Yes.
No.
I don't think you can with that park so close by.
You can't sell alcoholic beverages in Ohio within 500 feet of a park, and you've got one right across the street.
Okay, the people in our construction division typically deal with alcohol licensing, so we haven't got, that, and that usually occurs much later, so I haven't put any thought to that yet, to be perfectly honest with you.
Is that park closer than the family market and that park? To me,
It's
they're
right
about
across
the
the
same.
street.
Well, the family market, that one's right.
It's behind it.
Uh-huh. So,
Yeah, the only thing in between the park and this address is the city street,
well, there's
Pensacola.
nothing between family market and that park.
I wouldn't know.
So,
And
I
Family
think-
Market might have been grandfathered in, I have no idea.
I don't think so.
Been there for a long time.
I don't think so.
That's a bridge we'll cross when we get, if it's illegal, obviously we can't do it, so.
And your,
If
op-
it's legal, we would intend to do it. to
and your
sell alcohol.
operation is a 24/7
That's right,
operation.
yes, it is. And at night, we've got store policies, minimum of 3 employees at any time, so even at nighttime, we've got at least 3 people in there working.
Why did your traffic study include the intersection of Jomar and 741 when you're not gonna be down that way?
Because when we do a traffic study, we go through a scoping process with whoever the authority, city engineer, ODOT, whoever it is, to determine the scope of the traffic study, and sometimes some adjacent intersections are included, just to see if our traffic impacts those as well.
But you wouldn't be utilizing Jomar. You wouldn't be using.
My name is Mahali Sevastaks. I'm with Bear Becker, 6900 Tylersville Road, Suite A, Mason, Ohio. We included Jomar because with the development, both exits on Lehigh and I believe Manistee are right-only outs. And the city engineer wanted us to study that intersection because all the left turn lanes for left turners will be going out of that intersection. So they just wanted us to make sure that we didn't have too much traffic going to that intersection. So that's why we included that one.
So you intend to use Jomar. Your customers will be using it, I'm pretty sure of that.
The city engineer wanted us to figure out how much traffic was going to that. She didn't believe it was a concern, but she at least wanted to understand how much additional traffic was going to be heading that direction.
Well, personally, knowing those streets, because I've lived in the area for over 40 years, I don't see how you're going to keep your traffic down to Lehigh, Manistee, and Pensacola area there, because I don't go out Lehigh because it's too busy. You get stuck in a line. Manistee, with the right turn on red on the stoplight there, you can't hardly go out that one. It's hard enough to go down to Orange and try to get out. So I don't see how you're going to have your customers coming in those streets. I think you're going to have to utilize Jomar, Lauderdale, the other part of Pensacola, and some of them will probably be going over to Mays. And there's a lot of private homes on those streets.
There's
I
also
believe that-
residential in that area.
I believe that could definitely happen. When we scoped the study with the city engineer, she did not bring up those issues and want us to take a look at that. She more just wanted us to take a look at the site drives and the areas surrounding the development more. I think she understood that there was going to be cut-through traffic. People will kind of follow the path of least resistance. But she was more concerned at those access points, making sure we weren't causing any traffic issues at those points.
It's going to cause traffic issues on Jomar, Lauderdale, and Pensacola. It's pretty much guaranteed. We have children riding bikes on the streets, playing ball in the streets, running back and forth across Lehigh to get to their park, because that is a small children's park that's on north of Lehigh, and most of the kids live south of Lehigh. So I don't like the idea of kids playing like dodgeball with trucks and stuff.
The majority of the site is already zoned business. I mean, Frisch has had trucks going there for years. This is not, this tiny little corner down here that we're asking to rezone is not out of character with the zoning of the rest of the site at all.
I disagree. Right across the street from it, there's 3 duplexes and rows of houses right behind that. And then there's other houses on the other side on Manistee. If this is built and with this zoning, you're gonna have, I think, at least 3 houses on Manistee are gonna be facing it. And you're gonna have about 3 on Lehigh that are going to be facing it. And they're gonna have them lights and that traffic, and they're gonna have those 24/7. And then the kids trying to cross Lehigh.
And with all due respect, what they're facing today is not pretty. I mean, they're facing a dilapidated old Frisch's that has a lot of trouble with it.
Yeah,
So,
but something else could go in there, and I'm
yeah,
against,
Chick-fil-A could go in there with substantially more traffic than us.
well, without taking that other one, what we need in there, my opinion is we need a sit-down restaurant with low traffic. Why don't you?
Okay, we're not going to start this. No, nothing from here, nothing from back there.
So, I mean, these are public streets, people are allowed to use them. I mean, traffic studies have a specific way they're done, based on the ITE manual, so, we study what we're told to study. I mean, that, you know, we did everything we were asked to do.
Anyone else have any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to speak in favor of the Wawa? Okay, so now, Tommy, did you want to talk? Okay. Anyone else want to talk in favor of Wawa? Okay, now, okay, Nick.
Could I actually just add
Oh.
one point? Or unless,
Erica, come to the podium, please. Hold on just a minute. Question for Nick?
No, I wasn't.
Okay,
I just have a comment.
You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. If so, say I do.
I do.
Thank you.
The only thing I was going to suggest, if any of you have never seen a Wawa, I have for the first
Yes.
time recently, down where my son lives in Liberty Center, and I was amazed.
yes.
And the corner that it's on, would you say it's elevated 4 feet, 3 feet? Something like that? And I was amazed at what they can get in and out of that busy corner with no issues. So if you want to see it, look it up in Liberty Center and go view it yourself.
Is it in a residential area?
It's very close to one, yes. So, I think these men are smart enough, they're not gonna put it in jeopardy of any resident. So, that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Now, Nick.
quick point. I was going to say, from a planning standpoint, in order for us to even, whether if it's a sit-down restaurant or whatever, would be in favor, we would have to rezone this to a B1 regardless. Even if Wawa were to walk away in 10 years or something, you know, this is how we change that corner and everything. We have Shears that's about to open 250 jobs. You're about to have traffic going off the rails here everywhere. And it's right next to a residential area. And that's never been brought up at all. So just want to bring that up.
Nick, how long has Frisch's been empty?
Since 2020, I want to say either the end of 22 or early 23.
So it could sit there another 10 years empty.
Correct.
Okay.
If we
thank
do
you.
not do anything.
Thank you. Now, anyone against Wawa, please come to the podium. State your name and address, please. And you were sworn in, right?
Yes, correct. Okay, my name is Vicki Myers. I live at 4827 Mays Avenue. I'm going to say Jeanette did an amazing job with what she said, because I personally work out of this county, and we have to go to Jomar to get out. It's illegal to leave Mays Avenue, turn right on Lehigh, and go across. That's a very dangerous intersection. But that's one thing. The traffic is going to cause a lot of problems for Orange Drive, Mays Drive, Pensacola, and Lauderdale. And my main concern is two things, is the residential. It's a residential neighborhood. And the second is the park. My grandson is a third generation in the neighborhood, and I do not want them right there by the park. You don't know who the people are that are coming in and going out of that store, and then danger that puts for our neighborhood kids. Like she said, the kids, unfortunately, I was always the mom that watched my kids like Mother Duck. Our neighborhood, parents don't care, So you're bringing in a lot of people into the neighborhood. And that concerns me for the kids. That concerns me for our residents. It's residential area. That's it. If you guys have any questions, I've never done this before.
Anyone have any questions? Thank you.
How long have you lived in the area?
Okay, so I was born there.
Wonderful.
And like I said, this, my daughter was raised there, my grandson, but recently she got married and moved away. So, yeah, it's 3 generations. So that's my concerns. Like I said, I'm right on the corner of Mays and Lehigh, and it's not okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
And one other thing I want to say, if that was if you lived in that neighborhood, would that be who you would want in your neighborhood?
Gina, you want to speak?
I do. I have a question for her, but I was not sworn in.
Okay, so you need to be sworn in.
Solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So say I do.
I do. For your question about the park. You've lived there your whole life?
Have I lived there my whole life?
Well, I mean, obviously the bigger part of your life.
Yes.
Gina,
Okay.
speak into the microphone.
Okay, so you obviously see what needs to be done to the park, correct? Upkeep? It needs to be revamped. How long's it been since you've driven by there and seen the traffic that is there now? I personally, you're speaking about being a mother duck. I am also one of those. And the way that park stands right now, with the people that are there and the things that go on in that park, as a mother duck, I would never allow my children to be there. Second of all, if Wawa is coming in and going to improve that corner, it's going to be lit. We know that the officers are going to be patrolling more frequently. So I personally feel like the presence of the police officers will be a plus for that, especially when how quickly the building is deteriorating. There's been homeless people in there. The Frisch's building now. Yeah, there's been homeless people in there that's living now. They're breaking into it. Not a good place.
I don't, like I said, I go down there all the time with my grandson, to the park. Something we do every other week.
Anyone who needs to speak really needs to come up to the front with a microphone, please.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Both, I mean,
Okay,
yeah.
that's
Thank
all
you.
I had to say. Any questions?
Anyone else want to speak in favor or against? I think right now we're against, except Gina was for. So anyone else want to speak before we close the public hearing? Going once, going twice, gone. We will close the public hearing at this time concerning case R-01-2025, zoning district change of 2705 Lehigh Place from R4 to B1 is adjourned at 6:33 PM. Thank you. Finance Committee, anything to report?
No report, thank you.
Finance Director, anything to report?
I have nothing to report, thank you.
Committee of the Whole, anything to report?
Our last meeting of the Committee of the Whole was on June 26th. Items from that meeting are on tonight's agenda, and there will be a meeting tonight following this meeting. Thank you.
City Manager, anything to report?
I have nothing beyond the written report. Thank you, Mayor.
Law Director, anything to report?
No, Ms. Witt, thank you.
The Mayor, I'm going to give the Mayor's Court Monthly Report for May 2025. Mayor's Court Report for the month of May 2025. The gross revenues for Mayor's Court were $17,816.62. After various expenses and disbursements, a total of $13,392 was deposited into the general fund. And that's all on the mayor's report. Do we have any guest speakers? Going into the business, court reporter, would you read the business, please?
Ordinance 2191-25, an ordinance to amend Moraine Codified Ordinance Section 159.01 entitled Competitive Bidding.
This ordinance approves proposed changes to the competitive bidding section of the Moraine Codified Ordinances. This is the second reading of this legislation. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes,
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes,
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Resolution 8165-25, a resolution approving the plan of operation and governance for the Miami Valley Communications Council Natural Gas Aggregation Program for the purpose of jointly establishing and implementing a natural gas program.
You've heard the motion. Are there any, oh, I'm sorry.
two public hearings were held,
Jumping ahead.
meeting the necessary notice requirements for a natural gas aggregation program. This legislation authorizes the city of Moraine to approve the plan of operation and governance and establish a natural gas aggregation program through the Miami Valley Communications Council. I'll make a motion to approve.
Now you've heard the motion. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, will you please call the roll?
Ms. Marcus?
yes,
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes,
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Resolution 8166-25, a resolution to repeal prior resolution number 7880-22 and hereby approve a revised fee schedule for Ellerton Cemetery.
With the rise in burial fees, new cemetery management software, and to make improvements to Ellerton Cemetery as needed, a revised cemetery fee schedule is necessary. This resolution repeals resolution number 7880-22 and approves the proposed revised fee schedule. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, will you please call the roll?
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
yes,
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Ms. Marcus?
yes,
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Any person that wants to appear before council, please come to the podium now, including staff. Fire department, anything to report? Police department? Building and maintenance? Street department? Oh, Chris is not here. Okay. Park and Rec?
Yeah, that's a little different being on this side. But obviously, we had the 4th of July last Friday. I can't believe it's already almost been a week since that great event. I want to thank everybody for coming out, participating, being part of it. It was probably some of the most people I've seen in a couple years, so that's a good thing. The fireworks were excellent. All the food trucks were great. The band, Stranger, Jeff Stevens, they're just great to work with. And then all the departments, it's a team effort through this whole entire thing. So to the police department, to the fire department, maintenance for doing all the electric, and then the street department. It takes a village to make it happen. So we did a really good job this year too. So I want to thank all of them as well. Thank you.
Building and zoning? City engineer? City planner?
give a quick update. You probably noticed the new signs around the city. Did want to give a shout out to Will Fab and Insignia on the design of the signs and the installation of those signs. We have 33 total, 19 on the west side, 14 on the east section. So now when you're driving around, we have a fresh new look and everything, and I'm very happy at how it turned out. So just want to give
All
them.
the old signs have been replaced.
They have been, yep.
Good.
So this is our new fresh start, and it's nice to have them all done at one time in 1 year. So we got the east section done on June 23rd and 24th, and then the west section on July 1st and July 2nd. So
They
it's-
look great.
Thank you. Thank you. So, big thanks to WillFab because they're out there in the rain and the heat during all this and had a lot of great and hard work on it. So that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you. Now put on your other hat as city manager.
Nothing to report. Thank you.
Law director, anything to report?
No, thank you.
Finance director, anything to report?
No, thank you.
Clerk of council, anything to report?
Nothing, thank you.
Miss Allen, anything to report?
Oh, I just want to congratulate the Parks and Recreation Department for another successful Fourth of July celebration. Gets better every year, and everyone tells me that fireworks were wonderful.
Miss Marcus?
Same question I had last time, which was for the police department. Last time or the time before was about the accident on Lehigh and Ned where the vehicle almost hit a house and he left his wheel behind.
Yes, ma'am. We did not locate that driver. So he rode on three wheels until he made it to a spot where he got off the street or concealed his vehicle somewhere.
I
So
didn't know that was possible.
we did not locate. Yes, it
It
is. With enough determination.
You know now it
He
is.
must have known a garage to get it inside of or something because he sure left that wheel on the sidewalk there.
I'm sure he's trying to find another one at this point. So,
Yeah, without anybody reporting him.
right, right.
Yeah,
Thank
the
you.
last I heard, he went into Miami Township, was last seen going to Parkinson.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mr. Miller, anything?
Oh, just to echo a thank you to Parks and Rec and actually all the departments for just a fantastic Fourth of July event. I think we have the best firework display in the county. And also, just planting the seed for city council or staff, just to consider this. Next July 4th is America 250, the 250th anniversary of our nation. And there's a lot of planning now going on at the federal level, and they're starting to get all the states and cities involved. So I know in the Park and Rec Master Plan vision, the residents wanted more programs or little festivals or just more events, community events. So just planting the seed to just think about it, to think what we could do next year, maybe in the second quarter or third quarter. We could have several smaller events leading up to the 4th. We already have a fantastic 4th of July event, so we don't really need to tweak it and turn that into a 250 celebration, but could be part of the theme. So just kind of plant the seed to think about it. We have several months before the budget is prepared. And I think it'd be a good opportunity to try to get some programs to follow that theme. And if there's any park and recreation developments next year, capital-wise, maybe those could also kind of fall into this 250 theme as well. That's all, thanks.
Mr. Doherty?
Oh, just thank you, everybody that showed up for the 4th. Again, echoing everyone else's sentiments here. Had a lot of family and friends showed up. I think we outdid ourselves again. Like Dave said, it is the best fireworks display in the county. So if you missed it, come on out next year. I think we're going to do it even bigger and better.
And on behalf of myself and the mayor, we appreciate all the work done by city staff, Parks and Rec. We could not do our job without you all doing your job. So we do appreciate all of you. And I would like to send out get well wishes to the mayor. She had her surgery on Monday, home doing well. So thank you all for
Shirley.
attending. Oh, Don, sorry. Mr. Burchett.
I have no report.
You all can tell, this is not my normal seat. I sit over here. This one I've got under control. This one I don't. So who else did I miss? Anybody? Sorry about that. We would like to thank all of you that attended tonight's meeting. We'd like to thank the Miami Valley Communications Council for broadcasting this live and for all the broadcasts that will be forecast in the future. Thank you. This meeting is adjourned at 6:44.